Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining me. Can I do a quick check before we start that you can hear me okay? And I'm going to remember with chat on Zoom, you have to now turn it on. Attendees can chat with everyone. If you can let me know in chat that you can hear me okay, that would be great. And then we can get started. Brilliant. Hi, Sarah. Thank you. Hi, Jane. Thank you very much. Good to see lots of you here. We are going to get started because it's 12 o'clock. I hope you've got pen and paper ready. I'm going to share lots of practical tips with you to help you grow your sales. Thanks, Jane. So usual housekeeping, I'm going to turn chat off in a second so I can focus on the class. I'm really happy to answer questions at the end. Now, they can be about anything that we discuss in the class or about business generally. So please do feel free to ask me questions. If you think of questions during the class, do put them into chat and I will look at them at the end if you have any. And I will also turn my camera off in a sec as well, because it is quite distracting to see myself. So I am going to just get my presentation up and then we can get started. So turn my camera off. Great. Hello, everyone, and welcome to my free class. So in our time together today, I am going to share 4 things that you can do to earn more money in your business or freelance career by Christmas. So if you've watched any of my classes before, you'll know I start with generally with a brief introduction to me, but this time I'm going to do something a bit differently. I'm going to share my entrepreneur story for the first time, because when I was thinking about business and how long I've been in business and where my business kind of knowledge comes from, I realized that I've actually been around entrepreneurs my entire life. So my 99-year-old grandmother was a long distance truck driver who started her own transport business. And my great-grandfather and grandfather both owned brickworks. In the past, my family have also owned pubs, breweries, fishing boats, and taxis. And in fact, one of my ancestors built my town's first ever pub, one that is still standing today. And sadly, I did not get free drinks in there, even though I do go and drink in there. As a child, my parents' friends owned a garden centre, a heating business, a pub, a farm, and shops. As a teenager, I also watched my parents, neither of whom had any qualifications, start their own building company, eventually winning contracts on building sites across London and the southeast of England. In my gap year, I worked at my parents' business and I saw firsthand how they used systems and made decisions. When they closed their building business, they moved to Devon, bought a large house, which they then renovated, and started a bed and breakfast, winning the only AA 5-star silver rating in the county. After dropping out of university, I moved to Hong Kong, where I found a job working for the Asian publisher of a global magazine. After a few months, my boss took me with him to start up a new magazine from scratch. Together, we built it from a 2-person team to an Asian brand. In 2007, I left a well-paid job in advertising to go freelance. I quickly identified the 3 qualities all successful freelancers needed and soon became booked up with repeat clients. And in 2009, after having my daughter, I decided to freelance from home. This put me at a disadvantage in the days before remote working became the norm. So I developed my own niche and USP and built up a steady stream of work and loyal clients. And then in 2013, I went one step further and launched my own business, Talented Ladies Club, with 0 investment. As of today, we've had over 5 million readers around the world, trained thousands of entrepreneurs, and our profits grow month on month. So as you can see, I've had a lifetime of watching people start and grow successful businesses and experience in doing it myself. It's given me a really valuable insight into what works, what doesn't, and why. I've seen firsthand the mistakes people have made, and I have seen them enjoy the rewards of their success when they've got things right. This has helped me acquire excellent problem-solving skills when it comes to business and freelance, and I love nothing more than getting inside other people's businesses, helping them spot what's wrong and opportunities they're missing, and to make more money. And that is what I'm going to do in the short time we have together in this class. So over the years, I've noticed common mistakes that people make and things they miss that stop them growing their sales and making money. So I'm going to share 4 of them with you now. So some of my recommendations, like the advice I'm going to share with you in a minute, might be surprising, but I know they all work because I have either used them myself or helped other people like you use them and earn more. So if you're ready, excuse me, got a frog in my throat. Here are 4 things I recommend doing to make more money by Christmas. So the first thing I recommend doing is checking your pricing. Now, pricing is where many small businesses and freelancers fall down because they operate under the completely wrong assumption that if you are cheaper, that people will buy. But this is completely false. If your pricing is too low, 2 things are likely to happen. So the first thing that happens is you will earn less money. And the second thing, you will actually put off customers. Because you see, why everyone likes a bargain, we also want good value. And we use pricing as an indicator of value. So when we see something that seems too cheap, we assume that it's poor quality or hard to sell because no one else wants it. And if other people who may know more than us don't want something, then we certainly don't want it. When you price too low, you don't just put customers and clients off, you also risk working for less or even making a loss. So when I first start working with businesses and freelancers, I ask them to track their time and compare it to what they're charging. It's not uncommon to find people earning much less than minimum wage without realizing. So if you haven't price checked recently, I recommend calculating how much you're earning per hour with the pricing you're currently charging. And remember to factor in all the hours you're working on your business, including admin, because they all need to be paid for. Then conduct market research to find out what your competitors are charging. When you have this information, revisit your pricing and be honest with yourself about whether it's right or not. If, as usually happens, it's too low, look for ways you can increase it. Now, this can be a straight increase of pricing, or you might decide to change or add to your packages. And the latter can often be a really simple way of providing value to your customers or clients while ensuring that you earn what you need. Now, you may be surprised at how easy it is to change your pricing and how much more work you can get with the right packages and pricing. As CV writer Laura Harmsworth found out after we completely revised her offering together. So when I first started working with Laura, she was struggling to earn enough money. I thought her pricing might be the reason why, so I asked her to track how much time she spent on clients. From this, we were able to see that she was earning less than minimum wage. I then asked Laura to do some competition analysis, just like I mentioned. And we used this to come up with new packages with much more ambitious pricing. Now, Laura was nervous that she would put off clients, but the opposite happened. She started attracting more clients and more higher quality clients. Since then, her business has grown to the point where she's taken on 3 associates to help with the workload, and her professional confidence has increased dramatically. She's even started a national not-for-profit association to help UK CV writers grow their businesses and help people find quality CV writers. And none of this would have been possible had Laura not had the courage to raise her prices all those years ago. And Laura isn't the only person who's won more work after raising her prices. So here's a message that e-commerce expert Carolyn Strand sent to me after watching my pricing masterclass. As you can see, she said, I was working on a proposal and I wanted the masterclass to give me a boost when putting a price on it. I went in at 60% more than I initially planned, and it had just been accepted without the blink of an eye. So this experience is repeated so many times over when working with small business and freelancers. There are so many more testimonials I can give you, or examples from businesses I work from who put their prices up. In fact, one came up this week with someone I'm mentoring on the Easy Business Club for this year. She put her prices up. I had helped her write emails for them as well because she was really nervous. She'd stuck by them. And not only did she get the work, but the client put her on retainer at these new higher prices, something they hadn't done when she was cheap. It happens so often. So when people increase their price to the correct rate, and that's really important, it's not about getting as much money as you can, it's finding the correct rate for what you do or what you sell, you generally find that you get more work, not less. So that was the first thing to do, get your pricing right. Now, the second thing is everyone's favorite topic, which is bookkeeping in effect. And please bear with me here, don't switch off in fear. If your finances are messy, you cannot make money. Like this comes up again. I mean, all these examples are coming up because they do come up often when I mentor people. It's no coincidence that money management is one of the first modules in every business course that I run because it is essential to a good business. When you are on top of your money, how much you are making and how much you are spending, you can make better informed decisions and ensure that your business is profitable. So here are some of the things, the 6 things specifically that I recommend doing. So first of all, check your profit and loss every single month. I have a sheet that I update every month. And as the month goes on, I know exactly at any point in the month how much money I've made, how much money I've spent, what my profit is. I get everyone I work with to do this, and it is so valuable. It helps people to turn around businesses. I cannot emphasize with drama, how important this is. The second thing is check your outgoings. You might be really surprised at how many things you're spending money on that you weren't aware of that you don't need to spend that are eating into your income. Save for tax. Make sure, again, if you know your profit and loss, you know how much you can afford to pay yourself, and you know how much tax you need every month. Put that money aside in a separate bank account so that when your tax bill comes in, you have, and I recommend over-saving, so you have actually a little bonus for yourself. But I never want someone to kind of get to the tax point and go, oh my God, I've got a tax bill and I don't know if I can pay it. Put aside money for income, pay yourself. It's one of the fundamentals. Even if it's starting out with £10 a month, pay yourself something, get into the habit of paying yourself out of your profit. Set finance goals. Have a goal that you want to achieve. This will keep you hungry. It will keep you motivated. I was talking to someone today actually about this, and I actually recommended that they write their finance goal down and make it slightly painful and stick it somewhere they could see. And obviously, they don't want to stick it to their fridge because people coming in their house can kind of see it and wonder what it is. So they said they're going to put it by their bed so that when they wake up every morning, the first thing they will see as they get out of bed to go to work is how much money they want to make that month. And it will really help motivate them. And also, this is something that this thing was the thing that made the most difference to my business. Know your most profitable products or services. When you do, you can focus on that. You might be really surprised when I did this exercise to find out what my most profitable products and services were. I was really shocked at what I thought was the most profitable was actually hour by hour my least profitable. And something that I didn't think was that profitable was my most. And focusing on that changed my business. So those are my 6 things I recommend doing regarding financial management. So I just mentioned now, I touched on it. So a few years ago, when I analysed my business data to see what our most profitable offering was, I was fully expecting it to be one of our most expensive courses because that was like, they call the big ticket thing. I was charging thousands of pounds to work with people. And I just assumed that that's my most profitable thing. But to my surprise, it wasn't. In fact, the most profitable part of our business was something I'd completely overlooked and didn't invest any time or effort in. So I changed that immediately. What I did was I set up systems to help grow the part of the business without requiring a significant amount of time. And it worked. Over the next few months, this part of the business kept growing and today is worth over £10,000 a month and takes an hour or 2 a day to manage. So could there be hidden money makers in your business that you haven't spotted yet? The only way to find out is to know your numbers. So highly recommended. If you do nothing else after this class, go away and find out what you do that makes the money and where your time is best spent. So my third thing, build your sales funnel. Too many female business owners in particular are fearful of sales. And this is often because they don't properly understand selling. The reality is if you do not sell, no one will buy. This is the simplest but most surprising reason why many freelancers and small businesses don't have enough customers or clients. The truth is that people don't stumble on you by accident and feel compelled to buy from you. You need to help them find you, and you need to give them reasons why buying from or working with you is right. It's not about the hard sell, it's about conveying the right information at the right time to the right people. So when we ran the big business survey a couple of years ago, we discovered that only 3% of freelancers and small business owners were regularly using a sales funnel. And unsurprisingly, these 3%, all these people, they were all in the higher monthly turnover groups. Now, this insight alone should help change how you see selling. And I find that when people create a sales funnel and start using it, they see a big difference in the amount of money they bring in. So if you don't have a sales funnel you're using right now, here's how to build a simple and effective one. So you simply need to consider the 3 stages of the sales funnel. And this is basically, it is the stages of your customer or client's buying journey. Now that is how they find out about you, that's your top of the funnel. How they get to know more about you over time, this is the middle of the funnel. And how they decide to buy from or work with you, that's the bottom of your funnel. Now, everyone's funnel will be different, and you don't need to populate it with too much. Just consider where your ideal customers are, identify what resources, time, energy, and money you have to spend on sales. So if you're top of the funnel, think about where people find out about you. Now, this can be places like social media, guest blogs, PR, networking, etc. That's all you need to do. Think about where people are when they find out about you. In the middle of your funnel, you have to remain front of mind with potential customers whilst ensuring that they have access to the information they need to make a decision. So think about ways you can stay in touch. And this includes things like social media, emails, newsletters, and blogging. You also need to ensure you've created the right assets to help them make a decision. So make sure your emails are informative and that you have an about page, FAQs, and information page on your website. Also, regularly share social media posts and send emails with information. So that's basically, if you think about your middle of the funnel, coming back here, all of that stuff, it's basically thinking about however long it takes someone to make the decision about you, and it might take years for some people until they're ready to buy. You need to make sure that there's information regularly going out to them or they can find on your website that helps them remember you and make a decision to buy from you. So at the bottom of your funnel, you want to help people who need what you sell feel comfortable about buying. Now, this can involve encouraging them with time-limited offers and reminders about why now is a good time to buy. Once you've planned out your sales funnel, I recommend creating a simple sales calendar to manage your resources, including time, and ensure you have sales messages going out regularly. So when I've helped small businesses and freelancers create a sales calendar, they've been amazed at the difference it's made to inquiries, bookings, and sales. And in fact, I had a mentor call with a business I work with this morning, and we were talking about sales calendars. And in our last call, their courses sales were quite low. And I asked them what sales activity they were doing, and they admitted that they hadn't got their sales calendar up and running. They'd let it go. So we talked about getting it going. And so far, they've made £200 on really small kind of products they're selling. And they also, when they look back, and I also told them to go back and go and track month on month their sales activity and sales. And they worked out that their best ever month was in January this year, when they'd run a sales calendar. And as soon as they stopped that sales calendar, their sales went down to almost nothing. And in the last week, as soon as they started their sales calendar again, they made £200 sales in a week just by restarting a sales calendar. So it really showed to them how important that is. And it's a really simple thing to do that anyone can do. Just create a sales calendar and sell. And as I said to them, if you don't sell, you won't sell. You have to sell if you want sales coming in. So the final one is getting your messaging right. This is such an important thing. All these things are important. I'm saying they're all important. They all are. They're all part of running a successful business. So a couple of years ago, I had a call with a lady called Dr. Kaylee Fawcett Williams. Now, she was marketing an online course, but her sales were really slow. And she was worried that the course was overpriced, and that was why it wasn't selling. At the time she spoke to me, she was considering making the course cheaper. However, I actually felt the course was already too cheap. I thought it should be more expensive. considering the value it offered. And I believe that simply reducing the price would not solve the problem. Instead, I spotted a different problem. So Kaylee was marketing to the wrong audience. She was promoting her course to retirees, thinking that they had a disposable income to spend on her course. Now, while this was true, they also lacked something that was really important when it came to buying, and that was the incentive to act. There was another audience that I identified who had a big incentive to invest in Kaylee's course, and that was graduates. Now, at that time, they'd just spent over £60,000 on a degree and were keen to start their career. But the conservation industry, and that's what Kaylee's course was the industry it was set in, is highly competitive. And even to get a volunteering role, not even a paid role, but a volunteering role out of university, they would need experience or knowledge of handling expensive equipment. And this was exactly what Kaylee's course gave them. So they were highly incentivized to try and take Kaylee's course. I recommended she change her target audience to graduates and switch her messaging to talk about the narrow window of getting a foot in the door of their dream career and how her course would give them that foot in the door. And it worked. Over the next month, Kaylee made over £10,600 on that launch without reducing her price. So could something similar be happening in your business without you realizing? Could you unintentionally be targeting the wrong people? Or is your messaging not hitting the right spot to get them interested in what you do or sell? And importantly, are you giving people an incentive to buy from you right now? When you have the right target audience and real insight into what their pain points are and what solution they want, and ultimately what that solution will give them, it's much easier to create marketing that works. In fact, I'd go as far to say it's almost impossible to sell if you don't get these things right. So spend some time identifying your target audience, get to know them, what problem they want to solve, what solution they want, and how that will change their life. Then revisit your marketing and check that your messaging is aligned. If not, I recommend making changes. I also want to share a little known trick to increase your sales using messaging, and that is use call to actions. Now, I say this little known because despite being an essential part of messaging, I see so many people missing it out. So don't assume that people know what to offer, what to do after reading your sales and marketing messaging. Tell them with a call to action. Never assume that they know. Tell them. Be very explicit about what you want them to do next and use verbs, action words. So for example, have things like buy now, click here to find more, book a call, and always give the information they need to take action to, whether that's a link, a phone call, an email address. If you make people work to find out, you risk losing them. So don't assume that on my contact page on my site, it's got my email address or my phone number. So I could just tell them to call me on another page and they'll find it. Don't always put, if you say call me, give them the phone number or link to like make it, and link to making the call directly if it's on a mobile. Always, always, always have a call to action, put a verb into it and give the information. It will massively help your sales. So here's your action plan to increase your sales before Christmas over the next 3 months. So number one, check your pricing. How does your pricing compare to the market? And are you charging enough to make a profit? If you need to, increase your prices. If this is tricky to do, look at changing your packages so you offer a high perceived value without an investment of time for you. Get your finances in order, start a profit and loss sheet and ensure you're making enough money. Know where your money comes from and how much you're spending. Check your money makers and find out how to sell more of those. Build your sales funnel. Identify what you need for the 3 stages of your sales funnel and check you have enough marketing going out to nurture potential customers and clients. If you have any gaps in your funnel, fill them. And finally, get your messaging right. Consider who your target audience is and what kind of messaging will appeal to them. To check that you're using this messaging consistently on all of your communications, and remember to use call to action. So those are the 4 things I recommend doing. And also, If you would love more help from me, one thing I really love doing is helping people. I work with quite a few businesses and I love turning around businesses and helping freelancers. So if you're watching this and think, I really need help and I would wonder how Hannah can help my business, I've got a quick explanation of how you can work with me. So I would love to invite you to join me for the 2024-2025 cohort of the Easy Business Club. So in the Easy Business Club, you get 12 months of brilliant business learning online and monthly mentorship with me to help you grow your business or your freelance career and your confidence. So here's how the course works. So every month you unlock a new module of online learning. In it, you tackle all the important foundations of growing a successful business or freelance career, including everything we've talked about in this class is covered on the course. You get support from me throughout the year if you have a question or need something checked. You also get one-to-one help from me in monthly group video sessions. To help you make consistent progress and build a business or freelance career that earns you a profit, I guide you through these 12 online modules on our learning platform. You'll watch video training, complete worksheets, build systems as you grow your business confidence and experience. And it takes on average, if you follow the program, about 2 hours a week to do that online core training. So here's what we cover every month. As you can see, we move from systems in month 1, tools and structure in month 2, pricing and making money in month 3, marketing in month 4, your psychological relationship with money in month 5, because that's really important, sales and sales strategy and sales calendar in month 6, branding in month 7, planning your content around your audience in month 8, SEO and web traffic in month 9, mindset, that's psychology of feeling confident and feeling resilient in month 10, growing and protecting your business profits in month 11. And in month 12, we do your living business plan. So we review how you've got on over the year before, we've just done together, and I leave you with a plan for the next year. So this course has been designed to fit around your life and business. There's no fluff on this course. You'll learn exactly what you need and you'll get practical exercise that will enable you to practice your new skills and put them into practice straight away in your business so you can start seeing results immediately. You can work through it when and where you want at your own pace. Some students this year have completed the course chronologically as the year has progressed, and others have picked up the modules they need the most and focus on those. You have lifetime access to the content, so there is no pressure on you to finish it in the year. Think of it more as an ongoing resource you can dip into whenever you need. We take breaks for Christmas and the summer to give you time off if you want it and to catch up if you need it. If you want to work through the program in order during the 12 months, we give you a task tracker in which we suggest which exercises to do each week and a checklist to tick them off so you can measure your progress. And as mentioned, I estimate it should take around 2 hours a week on average to complete this. So here's what Rebecca Crayford, Lifestyle Management Family PA, says of TLC, the Easy Business Club even. The course is great. It goes back to basics and teaches you from the beginning. There is no fluff or BS, and you say how it is, so it's easy to understand and apply to my business. Irene Scott, who is a kids wear fashion designer, says great all round and easy to follow business course. There are so many aspects in running your own business and all modules are easy to learn, digest and put into practice. And Irene has had some fantastic wins with her course and has made such amazing progress. What we discussed in our call this week. So yeah, she's done phenomenally well. Kim says the course is perfect for business owners who are great at providing their service, but are lacking some of the skills needed to run a business. You also get support from me throughout our time together. So if you have any questions or need to check anything with me, you can ask me a question on the learning platform and I will respond. And sometimes in our calls, I will ask you to send me something you're working on, such as a new sales email or your mission statement or website text, so I can offer advice or suggest changes that will improve it. And the most powerful part of this whole process is our monthly mentor calls. At the start of the year, I'll send out questionnaires They will get to know you and your business. And I will also organize you into small mentor groups of about 4 people. I do these based on when you're available. So I'll find out when in the week you can make calls. And then I will put you in a group based on your business and based on your availability. And generally, as I said, the mentor groups tend to be about 4 people, which I find is a perfect balance of having enough time for each person one-to-one, but also enough people in your group that you can kind of see what other people are doing. And there's a lot of learning that will come from things that people struggle with or things they do well. Over the year, your mentor group will meet once a month online on Zoom together with me. So during the call, everyone gets a session with me in which I will check on your progress. I will help you with any issues you're struggling with. I will identify any blocks I see holding you back, and suggest areas to work on over the next 4 weeks. And I'll usually give you homework and tasks to do. And one of the things I've realized that I'm very good at is spotting either like the practical thing that's holding you back. So it might be your pricing, or it might be your onboarding strategy, or it might be your emails you're sending out that aren't working for you. But also I can see like when something psychological is holding you back, like when you've got all the tools and you keep turning up on calls and you say, I'm really looking at my marketing and I haven't done it yet. And we can then look at actually what's a psychological block stopping you there, and we can work on that. And the two really go hand in hand. And that's what makes these calls so powerful for you, but so enjoyable for me, because I love getting a thorny problem and solving it. So all our calls are recorded. And then uploaded onto a shared sheet for you to rewatch if you need. So one of the sheets tabs has a link to all the calls, and you can watch it. If you miss a session, you can catch up with it, or if you want to rewatch it, you can. I also record for everyone, and you can see one of the tabs here from one of our mentor groups from this year. What we've agreed together you'll work on over the next month. So you can check up on it during the month, see what did Hannah say and what did I agree to do. Plus at the end of the year, you've got this wonderful record of all your progress to look back on. You go, oh my God, like in September last year, I was working on this. That's so basic to me now. I've made so much progress. These tasks are always agreed between us, and they're designed to move you slowly out of a comfort zone with my support. So you make progress you desire and achieve your potential. I said, there's nothing get rich quick about this. These are all slow steps in the right direction, because I've learned over time, this is the best way to see success and progress. Slowly bedding it in and building on compound progress, rather than kind of me giving you a template and you going off and doing it and you're not understanding why it works, it not being true to you and not being able to replicate it. I've seen spectacular progress made just from taking these small steps forward each month. It's a level of insight, support, and accountability you can never have working alone. But don't just take my word for it. Here's some of the more things that the current year's cohort, who are just finishing up now, we've got one more call together, have said about our calls. So this is Amy, and she runs events for people. She said, Hannah has a truly unique way of empowering you to believe in yourself no matter what. She's a genius when it comes to outside perspective, looking in on nuances within your business. To be coached by Hannah is a game changer. Kim again says, the monthly mentor calls are fantastic. Hannah is a fountain of knowledge, and there is always something she can offer in the way of a form, a spreadsheet, article, app, or blog that will help with my current situation. And that's something else to mention as well. Like I have so many resources that I use to run my own business, or I have created to help other people. I don't put them all in the course, because that would just, quite frankly, be overwhelming for you. But if we're in a call and I find that there's a spreadsheet that can help you, or I've got a class that can help you, or there's something I can share that can help you, an app I've seen or a blog, I will share that with you to help you make progress. I got like a library in my head of information. And I will also sometimes ask you to send me things, like Irene, who that I mentioned earlier. Her onboarding system wasn't quite right. I got her to send me on her onboarding emails. I helped her rewrite those, and so that they then worked and they actually onboarded clients. So the level of help you get is phenomenal. If you engage with it, if you embrace the process and ask me for help, I will meet you and help you. Again, Irene, as I mentioned, the mentor calls with Hannah are an invaluable tool, and why this business course stands out for me. Hannah's help extends beyond the mentor calls, and she always responds to every email that I send her. And I love when people engage with the course, Irene did email me throughout. She turns up to every call and did email me. Always help, because I really want you to succeed. And I love people who really embrace the progress and the process. And I love seeing their businesses work. So just to recap, if you join the Easy Business Club, here's what you'll get. You'll get 12 online modules. You get lifelong access to the online content, complete at your own pace. You can ask me questions on the online learning platform. You get group mentor calls with me, and you get monthly tasks to complete to keep you making progress. And here are some of the important details that people often ask me about the course. So this year, it starts on the 30th of September. When you join, I get you to complete a call questionnaire. And I will also send you a questionnaire about your business. So I learn as much about your business as I can. So when we come on our first call together, I already know things about you. I'm not getting you to say that on the call. I've already got ideas that how I might think can help you. You join a small mentor group. So you grow. In actual fact, we're just coming to the end, and the mentor groups, we're going to carry on with some of them, and they love being together, and they've built a real bond with each other. We break for Christmas and summer holidays. So you get time off if you want it, or you can catch up if you've fallen behind. The course ends in October 2025, so you get 12 months of 12 mentor calls, 12 months of the online learning, and you also get lifelong access to it. So a lot of the people this year haven't completed all the online stuff, but they get it for life, and they're going to come back to it. They're repeating modules that they need to do. And they have got those modules to do whenever they need. So it's there for when they want it. So how much does it cost? So in the past, I've run intensive 12-week programs similar to this for £2,999. I personally have invested as much as £2,000 a month in coaching. Coaching is not cheap. However, I wanted to make this program accessible for the business owners and freelancers who need help to grow their profits and aren't at a place yet where that's affordable to them. So I've created 2 investment packages that you can join. You can join now for a one-off payment of £990. This includes VAT. And it covers lifelong access to the course content, access to my support over the year, and monthly group mentor calls with me. And this package will save you £198. And the URL's there. I will put it in chat at the end, but it is talentleadersclub.com/EBC, for Easy Business Club. If you prefer to spread your payments over the year, you can join for £99 a month. This also includes VAT. This means you can get started on the modules and mentor calls for an initial investment the first month of just £99. So my aim for you on this programme is to recoup the cost of the course through the changes you make as a result of it, and earn more as well. But I absolutely want you to recoup the cost. Just think, you could potentially earn your investment back and more with just one new client or one new project, or through increasing your prices or growing your sales. And I know many of the people on this year's course have done that. They earned their investment back and much more just by making 1 or 2 tweaks that we made as part of this program. So why am I so confident that I can say that my aim for you is to make the money back? Years of my own business experience and of coaching and mentoring others means I can quickly see what's not working and the opportunities you're missing. As a result, I've helped hundreds of small business owners and freelancers to grow their business and earn more money. And here's just a few examples. As you can see, Sally Smythe from Queen Bee Styling, when we started working together, she made £900 in the first month from just one email. Amanda Overend tripled online sales in a few weeks by outsourcing fulfillment as a result of the work we did on the course. One of my one-to-one mentees made over £58,000 in the last year by following my course launch strategy. Another consistently earns over £2,500 extra every month by implementing my recommendations. And as you know, as we just talked about earlier, Kelly Fawcett Williams made over £10,600 on her course launch in less than a month after following my messaging advice. There's one more important thing that I want you to know. Now, I want you to be 100% happy with your decision to join the Easy Business Club. And I know it's a big decision to make. So if in the first 14 days of joining the program, sorry, of it starting, not if you're joining. So even if you join today, the 14-day guarantee only starts on the 30th of September. So if in the first 14 days of the program starting, you change your mind for any reason about joining, just let me know and we will refund your investment in full, which means you can join now completely peace of mind. So to recap, here's what you get when you join the Easy Business Club. You get 12 online modules. You get lifelong access to the content. You can ask me questions any point. You can have 12 monthly mentor group calls. You get monthly tasks I set you with your agreement every month to keep you going forward so you know exactly what to do. And you get a 100% happiness guarantee. And you can join now for £990 and save £190. Or you can spread your payments over 12 months and join now for £99. And there's the URL at the bottom. Before I go to questions, I just wanted to share one more testimonial from people who joined the course at the same time as you 1 year earlier. So a year ago, Nikki was in the same position as you, and this is what she said. She'd 100% recommend this course. Hannah has some amazing ideas and her expertise is invaluable. And Nikki is an independent travel agent. Oh, and Kim, again, says the monthly course is brilliant to keep me on track. I make consistent progress and is reassuring to know I can revisit the course material at any time. I would highly recommend this course to anyone who would like support with their business. So here's the link to secure your place and access everything that you get over our year together. And I would absolutely love you to join. And if you have any questions, you're welcome to email me. I'm really happy to answer them on this call or by email. And on that note, let me just stop my sharing and come back on video. Really happy to answer any questions that anyone might have in chat. I hope that was helpful. I hope those 4 things were really useful to you. They're the kind of fundamentals of business, and they're the things I see most people get wrong. And if you get them right, they will they cannot fail to transform your business if you get those right. So was that helpful? I'd love to know if you found that helpful webinar, or if you have any questions, please let me know in chat. Really happy to answer any questions. If not, I will let you go. Thank you so much for joining me. Always really appreciative. I know how precious people's time is, and I love sharing advice with you and information. And if you join Easy Business Club, I would be delighted. Thanks, Hazel. I'm glad that was helpful. I would be delighted to work with you if the Easy Business Club feels right for you. Like, my favorite hobby is turning businesses around and making them profitable, and having people earn the money they deserve from their skills and talents. So thank you very much. I will see you either on the Easy Business Club or on another webinar. Bye, everyone.